To maximize your looks in the shortest amount of time, you need to rinse out in the gym what's called noob gains. Noob gains in the gym is where you start, and for the first 1 or 2 years, you make the most amount of muscle you ever will in your life, unless you take steroids. So any guy can get into the gym, basically follow like any routine that he finds online, and within 2 years he would have made a very significant amount of muscle mass that would make him look awesome. After that, like after the second year, third year, fourth year, the amount of muscle you make diminishes very much. So I can like literally make it my full-time job, go train in the gym, train hard, eat protein, do all that stuff, sleep right, and I might make a few pounds of muscle at this point. If you've never got into the gym before and you go train for this year and you slack off and you drink alcohol and you eat junk food and you don't even sleep well, but you literally just show up to the gym 3 to 5 times a week, you'll make more than probably 10 pounds of muscle. You make a lot in the first 1 or 2 years. So let's say I'm assuming like you're just a guy who hasn't done much, literally just show up to the gym a few times a week. I'll make one of those like beginner routines and I'll just link them below, or maybe I'll find like a good guide or something. I'll just link it below for you, and you literally just brain dead, like literally turn your brain off, just do what it says, show up to the gym, don't overthink it, don't even get into the whole culture of like fitness videos where you're then, you're tracking every gram of rice and you're thinking, okay, protein and everything. Just eat a little bit more meat, get a little protein powder thing if you want to, don't even overthink it. You can literally make most of the muscle with just this like brain dead attitude towards fitness. Once you've trained for about 1 or 2 years, and preferably you've been gaining weight through that time, then you just want to do what's called a cut. A cut is where you just lose body fat, but you maintain muscle. And the way that you do this is that you keep eating a lot of protein, you keep training whilst you eat less. So what you want to do is you train for the first 2 years or something, you gain a little bit of weight as you do that, which is the muscle, and then a little bit of fat. And then when it's time to cut, you basically just eat less, you maybe do a bit more cardio, and you want to get to the point where you're about 10% body fat. No one is good at estimating their body fat percentage, but you can look at online on like Google on some random pictures. 10% is when your cheeks will really hollow out. It's when you'll have like the lower set of abs. It's usually when you'll have veins through your abs as well. And it's when like your chest fat will all go away. So you'll have a full on like pec at all angles and everything. Once you hit that level, you've maximized how much attraction you can get from having like muscle and being in shape, especially with your face, which really looks a lot more attractive when you're at about 10% body fat. You lose a lot of the sort of like chubbier look around like your cheeks. When you're naturally on lower calories as well, then your bloat of your stomach goes away. The bloat of like eating carbs and rice and pasta and bread goes away from your face, and you get like, the sort of TikTok boy, Instagram guy, like cheeks where like his cheeks look really hollow. He's got a nice jawline. You get that once you get to about 10% body fat. After 2 years of lifting and eating protein and building muscle, the ROI of your efforts in terms of building muscle and getting girls with it significantly goes down. So to maximize like how attractive you are through muscle, you really don't need to put much effort in after about 2 years, 3 years of lifting, because after that point, as the memes say, it's guys who are attracted to you, and it's guys who will say like, oh, nice delts, bro. Girls don't care. If you ask girls like what their favorite, like most attractive physique is on a guy, it'll be a guy who looks like he rinsed out his noob gains, gained 10, 20 pounds of muscle in like 2 years, 3 years, something like that. And now he's just fairly lean. Most girls don't actually like a guy who, for example, is 200 pounds, 10% body fat. It's more like 170, 180, 10%. And not only that, after you've rinsed out the noob gains, it's so much harder to make the muscle. So if you wanted to, for example, just train really hard for the first 2 years and then ease off your training and literally train like 1 or 2 times a week, like bodybuilder style, and then do whatever other workout you wanted to do every other day for martial arts, you could actually do that. So if you're a young guy, literally just smash gym for the next 2 years. After that, you can ease off. You don't have to eat as much protein. You can maintain the muscle with only like 1 set per week instead of needing to do like 4, 5, 6 workouts per week as you might be doing right now. You don't need that massive look to attract women. Now, you can do that for yourself. If, for example, you get into the gym, you've been building muscle for 1 year, 2 years, and you absolutely love training, you love the lifestyle it gives you, it's so fun to progress in something, by all means, keep going. Like I've kept going now, probably about 10 years in. It was about women for the first few years. Now it's literally just that it's fun and it's just part of me. It soon becomes this thing where it's kind of like video games where you have like a skill and you want to keep getting experience and like level up in this skill. So at first it's because of like the things it will get you, and soon it just becomes like you actually enjoy the task of going to the gym. Like me and my friend Scott, we we were looking on YouTube at this new like YouTube bodybuilder who's going really famous. His name's like Sam Sullock, big guy. And we were what he was showing me, and we were looking like analyzing his YouTube strategy or whatever. And we were just like, do you want to go hit a bodybuilding workout after this? So we just go and we were like basically like screaming like old school bodybuilders doing those like light exercises with like lateral raises and just like shouting and going like with every set. So we just kind of train for fun these days, which is absolutely fine. Once you have built that right amount of muscle, 2 years, 3 years, you've got that sort of aesthetic V-taper, you can really divert a lot of your attention and then put that into the things that will help your life more, like money, entrepreneurship, business, purpose, relationships.